Hello, and welcome to my PowerPoint presentation on 3 video games I believe Fyodor Dostoevsky would have loved. First up, we have What Did Dostoevsky Teach? And a little disclaimer, I apologize if I get a little emotional during this video. This individual has had an incredible effect on my adult life, and I'm really excited to be able to tell you guys about it. But without further ado, Fyodor Dostoevsky was a Russian author who wrote mostly fictional tales delving into the human mind within the context of issues such as free will, morality, and faith. And you'll see that is a theme with a lot of his books. And I've given a short list that I would really recommend right here on screen. And his books really delved into this fictional world that he kind of, I feel, almost lived in his mind of how he perceived love and truth and this version of himself that I don't think he ever quite got to, but he always wanted to be. And I think his books were really this escape of truth for him. So, the most important one I think he taught was love. He talked about love so much. Kafka, who came after him, actually cited Dostoevsky as one of the proprietary inspirations for a lot of his work, even though he kind of took an alternate stance to Dostoevsky a lot of the time. And my personal favorite quote here on screen is that I ran from love because I knew it would destroy me. Or Dostoevsky said, I ran into love because I needed it to destroy who I used to be. I'm sorry. But the Brothers Karamazov is probably one of the biggest versions of this. It's these people, these brothers who are battling this murder mystery, and it challenges everything. It challenges their love and respect for each other. It challenges their faith in God, and it's really challenging who they want to be as people, regardless of this brutal father figure they had, who they have to now come to the terms with of his disappearance. So without any further ado, let's get into the games. Now, before you click off because you see a Lego game, I think Dostoevsky really would have enjoyed Lord of the Rings in general, and I just think this is the most accurate depiction that he could have interacted with it from besides the books or the movies. He died about 50 years before the books were written. And as I said, he dealt a lot with love, and I think there's no better depiction of love in fiction, arguably, than Sam and Frodo sharing the troubles and the weight of the One Ring. Obviously, Sam never took it, but he helped Frodo bear the weight. I actually put a screen on from the, or a quote on from the movie here. It's come, Mr. Frodo. I can't carry it for you, but I can carry you. And I really think Dostoevsky would have deeply connected with this brotherly love through this game. Even though there's no speech, I really think he would have loved Lord of the Rings in general. So I kind of cheated with this one. You'll have to forgive me. But I really, really do believe Lord of the Rings would have been something Dostoevsky would have loved. Uh, just a quick ask for me. If you really enjoy this stuff that I make, please subscribe. This is my dream, and I really want to do this full time. I really want to do this for you guys. I love talking about philosophers and video games. I'd love to branch out and do other things someday. I'm not going to take up any more time with that. Thank you. Second up, I have Castlevania, specifically Lord of Shadows. Now, disclaimer, I've not played any other Castlevania titles yet. It is on my bucket list for this year. Um, but I do think Dostoevsky would have really connected with Gabriel's story in this game and how he really was willing to do anything for Marie, even though he lost her. And I'm going to try and avoid spoilers for those of you who haven't played this game, but I think you would probably have a very deep empathy for some of the very hard choices Gabriel would have to make later on into the game. And I put this here, I don't remember where this quote's from, but I remember it. There's honor in fighting the darkness within yourself because Gabriel, even though he's a man of God, he does a lot of wrathful things and he's not proud of, and he admits that. And even though he is this warrior of God, he still struggles with his own morality, forgiveness of himself, and all of these other really deep issues that I think Dostoevsky would have loved to look into. And Dostoevsky was a very strong Christian, and even though he had his doubts his whole life, he always pushed towards love. And that's the big message I really want to get in this video is Dostoevsky just really pressed into this theme of love, especially in the book White Knights. Um, that's really all I got for this slide. And finally, we have one of my favorite games of all time. We have Firewatch. If I could experience any game for the first time again, it would be Firewatch. I've said that in previous videos. But why do I think Dostoevsky would enjoy this? I think he would because Henry is a man who's running from the pain of loneliness, the pain that love causes. And God of War Faye says, to have loved deeply is to grieve, or to grieve deeply is to love fully, excuse me. And Henry really goes through that in this game. It's basically just a walking simulator about this man and this faceless woman over a radio speaking just about life. And there's a lot of themes in this game. Once again, I'm going to avoid spoilers about what do we do because of love, the decisions we make. The main plot really has a lot to do with love, and I think he would see himself in Henry, hurt and doubtful, but he's still worthy of the love and the peace that he often wrote about. And I really think that Dostoevsky, you guys really need to read him. I think Dostoevsky really would have empathized with Henry and just really felt the weight of the choices Henry made to try and just run from this pain that is clearly consuming him in this game. I wrote a short little bit here about the takeaways from Dostoevsky. You can read that if you want. Thank you guys for watching so much. Nearly 200 subscribers in less than 2 weeks is so humbling to me. I never really expected there to be an audience for this type of content. I've really enjoyed making these. I've enjoyed reading all of your requests, all of your love and support for me and for what I'm doing. And I really never want to lose your gratefulness or the gratefulness, excuse me, that I have for these. I'm still getting used to kind of freestyling these speeches off the top of my head just based off these slides. But I really don't want it to be robotic. I want it to come from inside me and what I really think. And I really, really love all of you so much more than you could possibly fathom. So, with all that being said, please subscribe if you haven't. Thank you for stopping by today. Goodbye.